Hello, crafty friends. This is Irene from Impressive Formations. I know it's been a while. You know, the holidays came in. We had a little bit of COVID. Then, of course, family over for Christmas. And I just haven't had a chance to sit down and make a video. But I did want to show you the Christmas cards that I made this year. And so I'll finish this one up. I'll start by saying that I went to Joann's and got some basil red cardstock, and then this background paper, the color of memories, it says. So I used that, and then for this front, so obviously, so you take the cardstock and cut it in half. So you're going to have 12 by 6. So here you can make 2 cards. And you do the same for the inside panel. And then for the front of the card, for this front, so it's just a white cardstock. And then I have this Tim Holtz, it's a Christmas type of embossing folder, and then this snowflake one, it's a cuddle bug. So since it's this is 6 inches, I think this is 5.5. Yeah, this is a 5.5 by 5.5. And obviously this folder doesn't cover the whole 5.5, so I decided to add a little bit of snowflakes on the side. So those are the embossing folders that I used. The main front is this Santa, and this is a Tim Holtz die. And it's one of his color guys dies, 666338. And this is the way I store my dies, in alphabetical order. That way I can find the letters as I need them. So I'll finish off this Santa with you. And then on the inside, if we open it up, this is the obviously the background paper. So initially I was going to do the Christmas card using Anna Griffin's it says Holiday Hearth Easel die, card dies. But when I did the prototype, and I should have my prototype close by here. Yeah, it's over here. When I did the prototype, I realized it's not very obvious how it works. So your recipient, when they get the card in the envelope, they slide it out, they're going to have to know that they need to push this up, and then whatever, what is it called? Sticker or whatever you put in there, they tuck it right there so that it doesn't close down on it, right? Because they have to, whatever stopper that it is that you use, they'll have to put it behind the stopper. And then obviously they'll have to fold it down to close flat. And I wanted something that was a little bit more automatic, so I chose not to do my cards this way. But I realized that this die does lend itself to work like as a pop-up die, right? And so if you see that, I mean, it kind of, it has that mechanism. So I figured I'll use it in that sense. So here is, I cut it in gold cardstock. And this little flap that you see here, I flip it the other way. And so it's in there. And since it's half an inch here and half an inch there, it works perfectly as a pop-up mechanism. So when they open the card, it's automatic. That you know, they don't have to do anything. They just open it and look, right? So that's why I didn't do it this way, and I did my own thing this way. The other thing I did is to break up the pattern paper. I did get a piece of red cardstock, the same color as the card, and enough. I don't even know what size it is. It back there looks like it is 375 by about 3.5. And then I ran it through this embossing folder from Tim Holtz. It's a brick, and I like the 3D that it leaves behind. And then there's the fireplace that comes with the die set. And then these are all dies. This is the holly. It's part of the die set. And then here's the pine needles up at the top. So you get the little fire and everything. The other die that I did use, that's also Anna Griffin, is this pocket here. And I bought these used from on eBay. So I don't have the original inspiration sheet. But these are the mini inside pocket dies. So that's the, there's 3 of them. So that's kind of like an inspiration sheet. Yeah, mini inside pocket dies. And I use this bottom one down here. You're free to use any one, but that's what I used here. So let's go ahead and finish this card so I can show you how it winds up working. So once you paper piece these Santas, which I did, I don't know, like close to 20 of these cards. So I was busy during the holidays. But this is how I did. So you have to put a little dab here. This is a little clogged up already. Oh my gosh. Let's get this guy. All right. You put a little dab of glue and another one over here. And this little rope that you cut is so skinny. It really looks like thread. So we're going to leave that there. Let's see if I can. And I'm showing you this because this is kind of like the areas that I struggled the most on. So because I didn't want this to be free. So I'm just going to hold it there for a little second. And that looks like it's fine now. And then I put a piece of this mint tape so that any glue doesn't get to the actual Santa. So I personalized everybody's card, their first names, for the front of the card. So I put a little dab right close to the top, but not quite the top. And I start like kind of like where the center is. So this is a 4-letter name. So we put it on that side of the buckle. And then we're going to put a little bit here. So I'm making this card for my son. He always says, you know, you always give your cards away, and we never keep one. I try to keep the prototype, but sometimes even that one, I just want to be done, and I even give my little prototype away. So sometimes we don't keep a Christmas card. So I figured I had an extra Santa, and I'll show you my cards that I did for this year. Okay, so that's the way I did it, and then you can press down because, like I said, they're gonna be on there good because we use that green mint tape so that it doesn't get stuck to the actual Santa. And so then you just peel off the mint tape. So all my co-workers got their first name, and that's what I did. And then I just mount it with foam tape. And I'm actually going to put a little bit of glue because actually this actually does work really well. I tried to take one apart and I ripped the back cardstock. So if it had been just the foam by itself, I'm sure I could have yanked it off. So adding some glue is a good idea if you really don't want it to come off. So that was the front. The inside, like I said, I've already explained what I did. And then here, I did personalize again using their family's name. So for us, it's basically me and my son, but we're gonna add our pets' names so it looks like it's a bigger family. They are family though, right? So there we go. And actually, here we go. I forgot again to add a little bit of glue. And if you want to know how it is that I did the names, you are going to just print them out in a little piece of, with your printer. And then, in fact, let me run through one of them. So here I have the little boot, the stocking that comes with the dies of that fireplace. Make sure that you have your die covering the whole red stocking, okay? You're gonna print all, you know, your series of names that you want to cut out, and then you're gonna bring this guy in and center your text. And then you run it through your die cutting machine. So what you're left with is these two things, these two pieces. So you have the full stocking, and then on the text, I just come in and cut off the name cut off the excess. And then we add the name. And then we'll line that up. There we go. And now let's add a little piece of foam. So Winston is our cat, Xena is our dog. And let's put a little dab of glue. Close that off. And now we will mount the name. So if you have like a long family name, you might have to overlap the stockings a little bit. So I had families that only had, it was just a married couple, so there was only 2. And then there was, I think the most was 6. So these guys were really in there. Let me put this die away before I lose it, because it is small. So he goes in there. So it's included as one of the dies here. The next thing I did is I start just embellishing it. And of course, this is where you can do whatever you would like. So here's like a strip of some of the names that I use. Just cut them about 1/2 inch, and then you run them through your die cut machine. And then how I finished embellishing it is I used some of these holly stickers. And then this Merry Christmas, there's a whole bunch of them, and there's just a lot of sentiments in this Christmas wishes ornaments. And so all this is pretty much Anna Griffin embellishments and dies. So for this next spot, here's a big sticker. Again, I'm going to add some glue. And I am going to put the edges as close as I can to the edge over here. Without sticking out. And so, so here's my sentiment to my son, Alex. Here's a Christmas card for you. Now you cannot say I never gave you one. So we're gonna put it in here. Oops. I need to go behind the, there we go. I'm gonna have to trim it off a little bit. It might be a little too wide. I guess that's not enough. Okay. All right, let's sneak it in there again. There we go. And then I also gave everyone just a little treat, a little chocolate. And then I also added another embellishment, another sticker. And again, add some glue so they don't fall off so easily. And I'll put this one over here. And that was it. That's what I gave all my co-workers. Co-workers' name is in the front. It's free, it moves, dangles really nicely. On inside is the family members. And then, of course, my personalized message to them, along with a little treat. So that's my Christmas cards for this past year. I hope I don't know, this is something you might enjoy and make it your own. Thanks for watching, you guys. I'll catch you again next time.